Hello and welcome. I see that Donald J. Trump has been elected as the next president of the United, or should I say divided, States of America, right? Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. You see, I am about to force feed you a dosage of reality, the likes of which you've never tasted before. Let's begin with this shit. 5 days ago, I made a video in which I said that I knew, with 100% of certainty, that Hillary Clinton had been chosen, by the infamous Illuminati, to win the US election and become the next President, of the United States of America. You may think that I have got everything totally wrong, isn't that right? I am letting you know that my intuition is just as strong now. As a matter of fact, now there is zero uncertainty about it, because I can see exactly how it will play out. Oh, yes, I know you find yourself in a state of disbelief, but please bear with me. So grab your tinfoil hat, reinforce it with some heavier metals, and add a cherry on top, because this conspiracy theory will be about one of the heaviest and most intricate pieces of perfectly crafted Illuminati conspiracy that you've ever experienced in your entire life. I really mean it. The fate of all things is constantly being changed, very much like the human mind, but can still be predicted with a certain degree of certainty, if you open your eyes wide enough to see. Anyway, I can prove to you that the possibility of Hillary Clinton becoming the next US monarch is still very much within the realm of reality. If your eyes were truly open, you wouldn't really need proof of it. You would be able to see it happening before your very eyes. I am here to enlighten you, and all of that mystic shit. Right here, receive these brainwaves of undeniable truth. Do you believe that Donald Trump has been elected president, solely because you saw an election map that tells you so? This is outright ridiculous. Since when has the New York Times, The Guardian, Alex Jones and the rest of the mainstream and alternative media become sources of official election data? Anyway, if you want the real results, you need to check the vote counts in the websites of the states and counties individually. It is the only way to know the true truth. All I can tell you is that with the current unofficial results, the media is preparing you for a big deception. The fact is that there are still hundreds of thousands of votes being counted in many states, and some of them may shift for the Democrats. Yes, that's right. A lot of people used absentee votes during this election. Millennials seem to have requested a lot of these types of votes. After checking the current absentee vote counts, I can already see some states shifting for Hillary Clinton. Absentee ballots can take some time to be counted. It is written on every single official state website that the counts you see on election night are preliminary, and do not reflect the final Illuminati certified count that includes the absentee votes. So, the results you see on the unofficial media reports are very inaccurate, to say the least. Other than that, if this fails, there is still the possibility of faithless electors voting against Donald Trump. I am telling you this, because it seems like a lot of people seem to think that the election happened on November. Negative. Also, even after the final results are certified, the Electoral College will only cast their votes on December. They are not, in a lot of the states, forced to vote for their party's candidate, or even vote according to the majority of votes in their state. They are allowed to vote according to their own judgment. Their votes will be officially counted and certified on January of 2017. What you are witnessing all over the mainstream and alternative media is nothing but a reality show, to create even more hopelessness for some, and a sense of pride for others. The fact that Hillary Clinton has conceded is, in the end, irrelevant. Candidates are always allowed to concede, and then later, proceed to take it all back, as the final votes are counted. All of these Illuminati members are playing their part to manipulate your emotions. The media, politicians, celebrities, the zombified sheeple, and even the alternative tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists on the internet, are all helping shape your perception of reality. That's why you see people thinking that Donald Trump is already the president, even though the only election he won was the one done by the media. This will all climax in potentially violent and non-sexy ways. We don't want any of that, right-o? The fact of the matter is that Hillary Clinton will be crowned, elected, and all of those who fell for the Trump card deception will become angry and think that the election was stolen. Some people will be so happy, because they have anything other than Donald Trump in power, that they will literally call it a miracle, and say that she is their queen, or goddess of sorts. Some other people will carry out violent attacks on other civilians, potentially using firearms. If this happens, the Executive Order 13603 will be put in place by Hillary Clinton. The only way to stop this is to wake others up. People need to get out of the drunken stupor to which they have been subjected to after the sensationalist election results. Some people are letting their pride speak, with the false belief that they are, now, somehow on top and have all the power. These people are in for a rude awakening, once they find out that the unofficial results from the mainstream media were not quite right. It will be like a kick in the balls. Pride is a blinding disease, you know? Be careful with some of the so-called alternative media. Be extremely careful, especially when watching Alex Jones. He is putting you under a type of mind control trance that will make you behave like a ferocious animal, foaming at the mouth with so much hatred. 100% confirmed. Whether he is doing it on purpose or not, is irrelevant. Seriously, always wear your tinfoil hat when watching his videos. Anyway, we do not have much time. People need to know that the election is not over yet. They need to know that they're jumping on the hype train too early, but the train is about to derail catastrophically for Trump supporters. If the Illuminati are able to keep them under mind control, they will engage in violent behavior. You have a chance to change the future, but you need to act. Tell people about the votes that are still being reported. Tell them about the possibility of votes being recounted in some states. Tell them about the faithless electors. Tell them to avoid any act of violence against others, when they finally get the real results. I see people laughing, as others cry in fetal position on the floor. If, under the influence of pride, you step on those who are down, expect life to step right back at you, especially when you are being deceived by the Illuminati. This is why the elites don't care about humans, because they know how easy it is to break their spirit and bring out the worst in them. The power of those who live in the shadows comes from your failures as a human being. Both sides are, indeed, under mind control, and those who are awake need to snap them off of it. They need to see. It's all a bait and switch operation. I know some people will not like to hear this kind of information, but it is best to face reality as soon as possible. To break free from mind control, one must first recognize he is under it. The Trump card was never meant to be a new hope for America. It was always meant to serve one much darker purpose. Total deception. The division. Conquest of all your rights. Do not fall for it. The type of change that the Illuminati have in mind for America, and the world, is not really the kind you would want to see. People must take control of their own perceptions and emotions, if they really want to avoid the spider web. There are only three kinds of humans: the sheeple, the wolves, and those who are awake. Wake up the sheeple, before they are devoured by the jaws of madness. Stop the manufactured civil war that will destroy America. Spread the message and save the future of the entire reality itself, as we know it.